Hey guys, it's Cam, Hope 2 Canine Foundation. If you're landing on our page for the first time, you're not familiar with the organization, we actually are a training and boarding and rescue organization that focuses on trying to help people stay the course with their dogs, keeping them in their home, preventing surrendered dogs to shelters and rescues. So although we have adoptable dogs that have been fully trained, our primary objective is to try to actually stop that flow of unwanted dogs and help people to stay the course and learn everything they can by helping their dogs. Because when we help our dogs, we help ourselves. So I have a message for you today following being out at one of our adoption events. We regularly go down to Ted's Grooming Emporium in San Diego, pardon the wind here. And we took a few of our dogs down there today, and as I was walking away at the completion of the event, watching Scarlett, a border collie, I'm gonna unload her in a minute, I had a little realization and just massive empathy for all of you out there who are struggling with an imperfect dog and who doesn't flex and flow in situations out in public under pressure perfectly. And that is pretty much every single damn one of us, right? So as we were walking away and I was thinking about her and how stressed she was when she was on a downstay, just hanging out at that event, waiting for people to maybe meet her and find out about her and put in an application for her. The reality is that when we change environments with our dog, they're already under pressure and stress. When we add a new human, a new dog, a new being, and stressful sounds, there were blow dryers and all these different things going on, vacuum cleaners, cars going by, those things only exacerbate the level of stress. And it is not abnormal for a dog to struggle with that. It is completely normal. So I was feeling just this massive empathy for you guys that it's really hard out there for our dogs. There's bombs going off everywhere. Scarlett was struggling. She would, Kai was loading her in the car and like, I just want to be a homebody. Yeah, she does. She doesn't want to go do this shit. It's not for her. And then the little ones that we had brought today, total mixed bag in behavior. Both of them had moments of absolute adorableness. If you look back on like my Facebook stories, had super cute little postings of them being absolute rock stars. And then after the time started to go and the stress started to build, they started to make stupid choices, barking at somebody, barking at another dog. The groomer was actually going to take one of the dogs back, and Rhodes got aggressive towards him, and he never actually ended up being groomed. It's really frustrating, and it doesn't paint a beautiful picture of a perfect, happy-go-lucky, easy, adoptable dog. But you know what? It's totally fair. That is a situation that is really challenging for dogs. And for those of you that get a dog that's a cupcake dog, that gets great genetics, great socialization earlier in their life, great exposure as a puppy in their new home, they get structure, they get boundaries, they get training early, wonderful. It's such a pleasure to have a dog who has skills to deal with humanity, right? And the chaos of normal life stuff out and about. But the vast majority of these dogs, they are not getting what they need. They don't have what they need from the minute they hit the planet. And when we are falling behind, we aren't providing training, we aren't correcting behaviors that can't continue, when we aren't providing enough structure, when we're too emotional in our leadership, we really continue to make it worse for them. So my point here today is do what you can to manage what you can control. Deal with your own stuff, your own dog. It's really hard out there, and I know you guys get frustrated. I know you feel resentful when people walk up and assume they can pet your dog and it stresses them out, or they break command, or they become defensive and it's embarrassing. But I want you to really, really, really make a decision to let that stuff go. Focus on what you can control. Dial back, take a few steps back in your approach, work your dog at home more, do more work day to day to condition trust and respect in the relationship. Do more work day to day in a low stakes environment to work that dog up to more reliability. These events for us are feedback. They're not our typical what we believe to be the best case scenario for promoting adoptable dogs, and so we do them with a lot of boundaries. We don't bring a ton of dogs. We don't go to venues with a lot of activity. It's very quiet where we go. There's not a lot of traffic, and in some respects it doesn't promote us a ton, but it actually gives us an opportunity to proof these dogs and get feedback. How well do they do? What do they still need to work on? How do they, do they show really well, and are they ready for more than we think? Can we get some content and some insight into these dogs and what would be a best place opportunity for them? And then can we connect with a person or two while we're there? That's why we go and do it, and why we do it the way that we do it, but not to expect perfection. right? And so just really wanted to pass that encouragement on to you guys today, that even for us in these scenarios, we're seeing normal everyday dogs that have had troubled pasts. They have a lot of training and a lot of skills, and they show really well when we control, you know, the conditions. But we can't always do that. We can't always control all of the circumstances. We can only work on one thing at a time. How we come to the relationship with the dog in front of us, and I want to remind you guys that that's true for you as well. Just stay focused on your goals and chip away slowly and steadily and consistently, and you will get there. It might take more time than you envisioned. You might have some limitations on what the dog actually enjoys doing, and that not every outing to a pub or shopping or walking through the mall is right for your dog, but that's okay. You can flex and flow. Today we were like, Scarlett, you don't have to go back here again, right? Just, you don't like it, you don't enjoy it, it's not a good place for you, it's not where you show your best, you don't have to go back here anymore. It's not your jam. Are we going to continue to work with her and improve her confidence and build her up so she's less stressed in situations if she has to go, like to the vet? Absolutely. But we also aren't going to put her in a situation to be adopted where that's going to be her lifestyle. It's not what she wants. She wants to be here on the farm. So I hope this helps you guys today. Give me a little, you know, a little emoji hand up if you relate, you understand. There's a lot of bombs going off around our dogs. There's a lot of difficulty and struggle to be out and about. And I just want to remind you, it's normal. It's not abnormal for your dog to struggle. It's normal. People coming up to your dog, putting pressure on them. Our dogs, just like us, expect to be able to give consent for intimacy. And if they're not being asked, is this okay with you? If they're not getting a heads up to plan ahead, I liken this to getting a phone call you weren't planning on. How many of you have had your phone ring? You're like, who the fuck is that? If you're not expecting it, you get defensive, right? We've just developed a belief that we should have an understanding of what's coming, and a heads up it's a blessing and a curse where we've developed and how technology's changed. So our dogs are the same. They expect to be able to give permission and consent. Let them go up to somebody. Let them tell you with their body language. Give them freedom to move and use their nose, or show you that they're feeling fearful and insecure and nervous, and then make space and hold the boundaries for them. These are the things that you control. This is the work you can be doing, not getting upset about everybody else who's creating struggle and problem for your dog, all right? Talk to you later. Gotta go.